Completely honest, you imagine that Camille going in with the Hextech ultimatum followed up by the Zinzao, and even then knocking everyone else away, so there's no one to be able to protect the isolated target. You're most definitely looking towards the Kaiser, because I'm looking...
Been lingering around this area as well.
Yeah, if he's looking up there, just trying to get this Renekton snowballing. We know that at least on League PC, used to be quite an impressive lane bully. Exactly the same story on Wildrift. If he gets ahead, there should be a dive coming in. In fact, a flash in the top lane straight into the tower. He's going to get burnt out.
So give up just the Rift Herald exchange because of the 2.4 patches. It is now live and early, so we'll have to see, because looking at Cut's decision, it seems that they're still not converging towards the Rift Herald because they don't have priority in the mid lane.
The reality here is they might take this one. Trying to contest this Herald only increases, and already all 5 members rotating up for this Herald. That's where you're seeing that 2.4 change come in.
Exactly, tidal wave.
That's it. This is the problem, being blocked out by the Unbreakable. Gets collapsed down by the Corki anyway. They're being absolutely melted in the back line here. The Corki's in the back. Everyone's diving through. The Vial coming out, but it's onto a Corki who can dash away serendipitously. Nothing else to worry about. Although they've walked away with what looked like a command.
Yeah, they're definitely happy with that pickup for sure. They do want to propel 69 most likely. Get that 2-item power spike, but a dive.
Yeah, the dive straight in there. The ult following in as well from the Braum. Everything comes together all in one. They get this down. The Galio on top keeps him alive for a second, but Joe, flashing away in the split nick of time, manages to walk away. But the Corki, he's not going to have any such luck. This tower should be going down, and with the kills coming in, everything going the way of Sunlight. Top lane is a bit of a scrap. We're lead finding one, flashing away. I guess a risk to get back into things here as the engage comes through in the mid. Again, all blocked away by the Braum. Twice this game. Fantastic so far. Can they turn this all the way around, though? Mads dashing into the hot territory. 3 around him on either side, but still managing to walk away with enough kills into the backline. It's Risk burning through 1. Can he burn through 2 or 3? Being popped down the bottom side. Similar sort of story.
The Baron, considering the fact that most of their tier 1 towers are still up.
Yeah, and here comes Waleed as well, the richest man in the game right now, but the old man with the broken crown is not always the strongest, and absolutely the case here, because Boss is melting through and decimating him, turning him into slippers. One more hit and down he goes. This is where you really start to see that Camille come online, but low on mana in a 1 versus 2 in enemy territory never really ends out too well. Mads dashing through into the back. Boss should be going down here with no mana left at all. Baron, mid lane, it's Raisin, him getting burnt down, back and forth between the 2 teams. And sure, Sunlight walk away the worst for wear here. Solo getting dived onto as well. The counter engage coming in straight into the back line, but can they burn him out? No! Tossed away by Risk, and like that.
Danger.
Yeah, enough here that they'll stay alive, I think. But again, the attention turns towards the Drake here. 1 apiece on either side. No jungler present because Solo is still dead here. If they steal this away, it is absolutely catastrophic. Boss secures it, and now the big engage comes in. The Renekton going dangerously low, forced to flash away. In comes the Galio to try and join and save something from this fight. Manages to burn down Risk. That death cap doing work. Still doing enough work to make himself highly impactful. Here, isolated a little bit though. Might find himself in a spot. A hot bar. The TP coming in. Oh, now is it going to be the Renekton that gets isolated out here potentially? Not the Renekton, sorry. The Risk coming in. Sorry, or the Zinzao. He was spotted out for a second. I think he'll get burned down. Question is, can they clean up the rest? In comes the Galio again, zoning away the Corki, who's down to almost no HP. They burn through yet another double kill. The Viol's still online. Should be able to burn through 69, and this is what happens. Cut. They've
get rewarded with a bonus Baron, and that's 20 seconds more or less on the clock for the death timers to come out.
At this point, there's no point even bothering trying to stay as well. The 2 support. Yeah, the damage has been done right. And at this point, you're going to send Waleed up towards the top side with that Baron buff in hand and just say, look, go and sit top. We'll take mid. We'll siege bot. And with that split attention for Cut, they're going to really struggle to make anything happen unless they can go for a hard engage like this one. Mads finally being isolated out as the Kaiser in this game. Instant Zhonya's comes through, and Boss can't do enough. The front line from Sunlight, a little bit too deadly. No one able to get into the backside, and that should be easy enough to see Boss going down as well. A good flash away, taunted on by the Galio. The shield keeping him alive, and here we're going to see the Galio falling down. Good start to the turnaround for Cut in the back line. 1 more falling down. In this case, it's Solo going huge onto the Zinzao. The kills coming in either side. Currently looking at a 2-for-1 for the side of Sunlight. The question is, how much more can they push with these low health bars?
Yeah, Cut was so torn. They were looking at the fight in front of them, and at the same time looking at top side. Waleed was split pushing again. And
you've got to be asking yourself for Cut. Where is the way back into this game? That apparently the back of a tidal wave is the one. Boss again going in for an ult, but you're going onto the tank here. Mads low HP in the back line, but still relatively untouched. Can he do anything about it? Well, Leeds in there, manages to slice and dice his way through 1. Can he find the next? No, he cannot. And Mads, you're in.
Their base open, but now 69 though, lurking around this corner because the Infernal Drake is being soloed by Solo.
Yeah, Boss has gone back as well. It may be a spot that could have been a potential steal. A TP coming in off to the side from the Xin Zhao. They really want to fight on this one as well. The question is, what can they do? Apparently, it's all in onto Mads. Super low, going to find himself with no Zhonyas. Gets eviscerated from the fight. Solo turning tail and running away. Boss into the backline onto him. Who wins this one? It's the Boss man. And in the mid lane, another kill comes through. They've done all the hard work here. They've killed pretty much everyone on the side of Sunlight. Will be able to secure the Elder. But the question is, joining in or just the rest of the members playing catch up. You stay too long, you might find yourself getting burned down. A 69 being caught.
The top side, apparently.
Oh, again, I mean, Boss, we keep on speaking about the overextension. Here, getting himself burned down, has got the GA on side, but my God, he's melted. He's burning through them. How has the man not gone down? The GA is still in one piece as they're all trying to swarm around him and his teammate now arriving for backup. You're going to find Lelo getting himself burnt through. Don't tell me Sunlight throw this game here and now. The super minions in the bot lane are piling in a Solo. Not quite getting soloed. He is solo against 3. Should find himself getting burnt out here by the team. In
this game, the HP bars are incredibly deceiving, but when Timus and Joe joins the fight, they just basically they're gonna keep pushing. You're right, it is Mads and Raisin at least coming back online and sending down the 2 supports to at least Boss doesn't die.
It's honestly insane how much work he's putting in. Now just over the 20k gold mark. Oh, the man's making absolute bank in this game. And now they're trying to push for the end potentially again. All these towers are down. Leto having to flash away. All comes in from the Seraphine, connecting onto no one. The Renekton being ulted out by Boss, who is well and truly taking charge of the situation. One more being burnt down. There is no way. There is just no way, Riku, that can do this to them. Hearts are breaking. The sunlight has become moonlight. It's the eclipse. Setting over the Sunlight team. Cut! Reverse the game around and take the win. And on the other side, the Shyvana that we saw in the previous finals. So you maybe look at that and go, not too many Shyvana players in the world. There is
again, farming. But for solo, it could be a different dynamic.
Oh, the catch comes through. The flashes come straight off the back of it as well. No flash on the Seraphine. That's the easiest first blood you're ever going to see. The level 5 being hit. Now going through onto the Shyvana. The heal comes through. Boss will make it away. The question is, how deep can they go before getting punished? There's 4 of them in here. A re-engaged from the Leona. This could be 2 huge kills coming in for Sunlight.
Tried to deceive Risk, but now Risk can't go back. He will have to respect that Raisin is still there. Now a 4v4 in the Infernal.
Oh, Leto straight away as well. Right in the front line. The ult's piling in there as well. Straight away, the Shyvana being burned down. The heal coming through. Walks away alive on this one. In comes the Akali off from the side as well. Waleed being completely melted out as Mads wanted here. Everyone will come to regret a little bit later on not having that ult online, given the current scrap for Herald is underway.
That's so difficult because...
Goodbye. Melted. Yeah. Absolutely eviscerated the whole way through. They found themselves 2 kills, looking for the 3rd now onto Joe, who again is that Seraphine catch that we keep on seeing come through.
We'll have to see as Timus actually wasn't able to go back.
He's just going to get melted. He's done. He's absolutely done. I mean, does bring through the stone plate, fine, but then having to flash away from Raisin. Oh, no. Boss! Oh, Boss! No! You'll be asking questions about that one later on tonight, my friend. Now he's on the run. It's going to be the Akali. Happens. One of those that you look back at. I mean, 69 got away and then find himself caught out regardless. He's still dead even in this case. So I think 69 at this point is spending more time dead than he is alive as the push comes in from Sunlight. We've seen this time and time again. That gold lead ballooning to over 11,000. Solo's not quite done. Realizes, okay, it's Braum is quite tanky. Don't want to commit to that one.
And that all started because of a blind Zenith blade. You know, Lito was so confident. It's so difficult. You know, Timus has to make sure that he's going to keep an eye on Waleed every single time. And even Raisin.
I mean, on the top side, Divine, the Garen now looking to go in for the dive. Silencing out initially coming through onto Joe's. The ult comes out, catch onto the Garen, who's taking a lot of tower damage, but it is a Garen. Pretty darn tanky, should finally find himself being burnt out. In a second, here's the Corki. Goes in deep and will finally melt through that thick hide of his. Now it's Solo trying to walk his way back in a 1 versus 3. It's Waleed, catches onto the one, but can't find the second. Gets the execute through on the backside. Now finding himself inside the stealth, goes through. Can he get the Zhonya's off? I don't think he's got it at this point. And the 69 going dangerous. Can he burn him out? Yes, he can. He's got all the way here across all lanes. And Boss, he's like a guy who's had a little bit too much in solo queue here, finding himself on the split push. He goes, I've got the tower, but's going to find himself out the game. As
he was already half HP, but he's going to be pretty much fine and dandy.
I mean, Catch trying to come in on the back here as well. Leads one in the front line, playing inside of the Shroud. Also his way into the back line, trying to go onto Joe, but the Crop chomps down and finds a kill. Turns Akali into a new pair of slippers. Doesn't matter though, as Sunlight starting to charge their way through. Risk is low, flashes away. A flash forward by Solo should find himself melted out. There's more and more kills constantly piling through in these fights. They find themselves 3 and may even find the last match going in. Their attention to the Drake, and shortly after, I'm sure, we'll be looking towards that Baron.
Yeah, that's the third objective already on the side of Sunlight. Yes, they will most likely go toward it. It's just so difficult to penetrate the backline because, again, this composition...
Just always playing for the catch. One coming through from the ultimate on the Leona. Counter-engage, well, not really counter-engage, well, the disengage coming in from the Brawman. Oh my god, that's Shyvana melting with flash and all online. Can do nothing about the CC, and there goes the Akali. Delete this champion, she's absolutely crazy. Getting there and burns through a couple of health bars. They walk away with even more kills. This surely should be the end of the Baron. They really want to make Cut feel this one. Sunlight, maybe feeling a little bit beat down, a bit embarrassed after that last defeat, the throw that they had. Now they're saying, we're going to remind you we are number 1, and we're going to tilt you to the end of the earth in this game.
Exactly. Unfortunately, we don't get to see that.
No, I mean, flashes away. Risk knows that they've overchased. They know what they've done here, Cut, and they know they're about to get a spank bottom forward as well. Piling through. Mad's in the front line, burning through the final stragglers as the double kill.
So far, yeah, they're going to do this. Actually, they're not going to do any 1-3-1 because they just want to fight.
Raisin tried to ult. I can't remember who it was that died. I think it was Cut. 69, sorry. Ends up hitting it instead onto Joe because 69 just died so fast, even with the barrier online. Finally, we'll see Sunlight say, you know what? We've humiliated you enough. Let's put this game to bed and start looking towards game. Catch potential, more aggression in the early game.
Yeah, this is going to be very exciting. We're looking into for sure. Meanwhile, Timu's will provide the heal and the shield.
Oh, well, big scrapping river over the first Scuttle Crab. What a surprise there. The flash came through anyway.
Either he's going to Hero's entrance towards boss, most likely. Destiny?
Yeah, I mean, being ulted out, caught down. Risk looking pretty low as Boss comes up for a little bit of support. At the very least, can get the slowdown. Does he want to try and finish off this Renekton going all the way in? But will they burn through him before he can kill anyone? They're so dangerously low. They will be able to find it out. 2 kills coming in for the Olaf. Something works out for them, and fine, they get some fight back. Now there's another scrap over this Herald. It's going to be the Galio. Joe finding himself isolated in the middle. Solo cuts straight through the middle. Blocks away the dash coming in. Flashes away. Joe keeps himself alive, at least for now. But here comes Mads. He's a madman in the back line. Going psychotic onto the Galio. Finishes him off and should be able to walk away alive. Leto finding himself slowed down here. Will keep himself alive, at least for now. That hit from the Kaiser, almost enough to finish him off. Will whimper away, but alive at the very least.
Just still pretty alive, actually. Solo forced to use a flash and not as doing this air Drake first, but this means Sunlight will have room to secure the Rift Herald instead.
And this is what we spoke about with those patch notes coming in, that they're both now spawned at the 4-minute mark. It does mean it's easier to contest across the map, not just for the Drake.
This is Aqua Prison, and I feel like that could potentially end disastrous.
I mean, again, it's Raisin really low. Has to flash away, but gets dashed on to Risk. The challenge was there from the wind becomes lightning, and now Cut can hold these entirely in Sunlight. With that early advantage, the 2-0 they found in the river, those plays now completely turned to nothing. Here comes the engage, though. Olaf diving into the back line. Leto, the one currently looking low, being completely rinsed down by this Olaf. Run as you like, but he will slay you with those axes. Will lead the next target, slowly burning the way through Boss. And elsewhere, there's still kills coming through. So it's neutralizing out a little bit here. 2 for 2 so far as Joe steps up and finds yet another. And Cut with a small advantage might be able to get away with this one. The flash forward coming in from Waleed. They isolate him down. He's getting himself completely melted here. Will not walk away. Raises the next one. Let's see the team play from Sunlight coming together here and being nothing short of perfection. Look at it. Look at the damage, man. Leto absolutely melted through. Right.
And there's no answer. You have the CC, but when he's on Ragnarok, there's basically nothing you can do. And now Boss is just going to cash in more items.
Oh, dear. I mean, Joe, you're asking questions, buddy. A little bit too far forward there and melted out.
Dragon spawns. But, you know, at this point of the game, death timers are low.
Oh, man. I mean, is it even worth talking about anymore when he does this? He's doing it for free so often. This is where Sunlight are getting a bit too comfortable, I think, and playing a little bit further ahead than maybe they should. We saw it in the previous game a little bit coming out of the side of Cut when they were kind of tilted by the looks of it. But here, he's having an absolute field day catching members out. In comes the engage into the back line. The tidal wave leading into the front charge coming out of the Xin Zhao. Health bars are melting on both sides. It's going to be the Xin going down. Sorry, Joe going down. My bad on that one. Now burning through the rest. Everyone falling on the side of Sunlight, incredibly low. 1 kill, 2 kill. Razor steps back forward, gets melted out, and then comes the ult from the Kaiser. No way does he get burnt through. They managed to get through, and he walks away alive. They might even find themselves the Nami, and yet again,
potential could be insane, and that's what we're seeing right now. Maybe topside.
As they try and go for the pile in here as well. The Taunts coming out. There's absolutely nothing coming in. The ult coming out from the Twisted Fate to provide a bit of assistance. Should find themselves walking away at the very least with a tower. Can they get away with stealing this away? No, they can't. It's secured out by the Kaiser. 69 securing it in. Solo staying alive and making a good, valiant effort, but can't do enough to keep himself alive. 2 currently dead on the side of Sunlight. I'm starting to smell blood in the water to commit to keep him alive. Nothing short of madness, but apparently that's the kind of bait that you need to catch yourself a wild Olaf. In comes Waleed here. Stun card on point. Finds one onto the Nami. Can he bring her down in the back line, though? Healing up a little bit too much. Has to burn the Zonyas. I'm pretty sure he's no longer for this world. In goes to the back line. Risk. Gets 1, gets 2, and in comes the Galio for good measure. This could be the end of the game if they want to push their way forward. Baron in hand. In goes to Jarvan, trying to do what he can. Solo straight back out on the immediate one. The Lulu been melted down as well. Raisin standing there like, what do I do now, guys? GA on side is not going to be enough. Even under the Nexus, it's being melted down. Half HP, 75, down to 0. Cuts show that this is far from a Far Cry of a done series for Sunlight.
You know, usually for red side, Lee Sin Renekton is incredibly strong, but now it's going to be a Lee Sin Xin Zhao this time for the pair.
Interesting. Okay, I mean, I don't hate it. Let's see how it plays out. I mean, again, a lot of engaged potential between them, plus the Galio to jump in on top. Spoke about it all series long. It's a similar sort of vibe. And again, this is where we're going to see the Corki coming in, plus that Gragas. Again, the most picked champion in all of Origin series.
And Risk will be forced to go in range.
I mean, this is one way of doing it. Get the Lee Sin up here as well. Gets the double heal coming through. Barriers out. Going to get queued onto as well. Should get burnt down here. One more hit coming out of bot. So many changes to AD carries. A lot of crit builds out there, of course. You can basically build anything you want nowadays. And you'll still be doing an absolute ton of damage. But Raisin, he was done down on so early on. I mean, I'll keep following it. Keep going, buddy. Don't stop there. Next objectives, assuming this Drake goes down pretty quick here. Being started out by Cut. No surprises here. Do have a bit of positional advantage. You've got the Darius still looking to join. Corki is now in here as well, so they've got themselves in a good spot. Almost a triple taunt coming in from Joe, but not enough to be able to lock down anyone particularly significant. Leto being burned down slowly. They've got one in the back line as well. Risk walks away on a slither of HP. The Solar comes down, gets the burn on, but it's Corki to collect the final kill. Joe finding himself burnt out. Cut are losing this fight. They need to cut their losses and get the hell out of Dodge, I think. 3 going down, and potentially a 4th to Darius. Flashing force, the Nami going to walk away alive, but this should be a free Drake coming in for the attackers.
What a game, or what a fight. What they did is to retreat.
Ooh, good flash away by Mads as well, even catching out the Lee Sin on the exit. Nice. Boss being taken out. Not quite the end of the world for either side at this point, but now it could turn into the end of the world. That's the killing spree coming in for the...
It's going to be a potential tower dive, but look at Risk. He is joining the fight.
Oh, catch. I mean, yeah, by Joe. Blocking away a lot of the damage from the ult, admittedly, but still finding himself burnt down. Good initial dash forward as well to stop that punch away. Galio being melted down. Were you there? You want to pause for a second and contemplate your mistakes in life. That was one of the ones that will no doubt stand out. Now it's going to be Raisin finding himself in a scrap in the jungle against the Lee Sin. Boss dashing around, trying to do what he can, but he's going to get melted down. Comes the axe. And the Lee Sin removed. The second one coming in onto Joe before finally the Darius is put to bed. With him out the way, maybe this could be a spot for him to turn this one back around, but on the other side, for some reason, Risk going 2 versus 1. Because
one step ahead and winning the numbers advantage. And this might be...
the big chase coming down. Good flash actually there. I think can't remember who was the flash away, but might have managed to get themselves caught on the right side of the ultimate. But this should be a pretty clean clear up. Sure, Boss got melted down, going very AD heavy, really going to start to punish them. Waleed's got a lot of damage, but not enough
to keep scaring them away, and that's the reason why Cut decides to, okay, hey, let's just take down the mid lane.
I mean, here's a catch coming in again. That nice combo from the Zenith Blade into the ultimate coming out of the only Leto, though. Haven't really got the damage to follow up on this one too much. The ult coming out from Risk doing so much to block away the damage out of the Corki. They burn through the Leona and should be able to walk away alive. Double taunt coming in from Joe. And I feel like Cut really want to back away from this. They don't want to get themselves caught. Finish it out, but at least it's down to about half HP.
There's a ton of space to work with for Sunlight. They're able to scare out Cut, forced to go back to base and find something else instead. 1v1s. Cut hasn't been having the time of their life.
Matt? Being dived on here by 2. Oh, can he turn this one around? It's so low as well, but the Kaiser gets the kill. Cuts onto the bottom side. They must know that this is coming in. If they've got any kind of safety coming out, the flash coming in, one being caught onto, it's going to be the Nami being melted down. Sushi for dinner, says the Darius.
a little bit on the itemization. It's looking like Mads wanting to speed up the process. He did get that Triforce first.
Oh, 69. Big mistakes coming in here. Ult splashes away that Protobelt coming to light as we saw. And that's going to be Raze and finding yet another kill. Now it should be Joe, the one being...
Was able to win the game back. And there is a possibility because 69 will be their late game insurance.
Uh-oh. Can he go for the kick here as well? Solo gets the Protobelt away. Everyone else forced backwards. Leto in the front line might be the one getting burnt through here. Quite tanky. A good kick comes through. Connects onto 3. This could be the fight the Cut were looking for. Mads into the back line. 1v1 against 69. The ult comes out as well. Who wins this one out of the battle? The 80 carries. Cut gets the W over back and catches onto him. He's won that one out. This could be their fight to win. Joe ulting away. And now it's going to be 69 into the back onto the Annie. Melted down by the minions. Will he die to that cannon minion? No more shots come through. He walks away alive. But it's going to be the Darius, the Duck Master, finding one more. Raisin left alone in a 1 versus 2. Does Risk really want this? You're up against the GA, against the Darius who can do magic. Does not have the ultimate on side. The barrier is there for the Xin. Look at the damage coming through. Wants to escape on this one. In comes 69. Do they really want to face off against this one, Riku? Because something tells me no. He misses the apprehend. That's what they were looking for. GA burned down. They should be able to get the finish off here as well. You know, I was so low and I was just like, man, surely he dies for Can or something crazy here. But nope. He's managed to walk away alive by the skin of his teeth. A slither of HP still present on his bar. And, what? Boss, buddy, please explain to me your decisions, because that one wasn't quite the play, because now he's isolated from the rest of the team, and rightly so. Sunlight say it's time to go crazy. Comes in. Can he get the steal? Yes, he can. Steals the ocean and walks away. Sure, it's only an ocean. May lose his life for it, which might mean the Baron might come through, but the rest of the team, look at the middle, look at the mid lane. They're trying to kill Boss, but look at the mid lane here. They could burn their way through the mid lane tower if they carry on. TP coming through. Can they burn it in time? They should be able to. 69 is present. That'll be a tower going down here. What an absolutely incredible trade coming through for the side of Cut. Now they can isolate a member or two. Leto, is this going to be another throw for Sunlight? Not quite yet. In comes Solo into the backline, catching onto 2, isolating the Xin Zhao.
Of the map for Cut, that is going to slowly push, but no jungler, no boss. That means this is going to be a free Baron for Sunlight. And this is just 69 and Teemo sticking around just to see if they can get a kill or maybe a potential steal, but they have to respect Waleed. He has Proto Belt. He can Proto Belt and drop. They have to defend from this Baron.
They do. Here we come. Boss straight in there, trying to get the kick back onto Solo. It wasn't quite the direction that he hoped for. Boss finding himself dead yet again on a 50-second respawn timer. Sunlight, it's looking a bit dicey at points this game, but they should be able to start thinking here about a push towards the finish. A little bit low, Riku.
That is the problem, you know, Boss had a really good early game, but the thing is, Lee Sin will eventually fall off, and once you go into a fight, you're just going to get greeted by the Leona stun. But basically all the stuns in the world coming from Sunlight, and this is what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, it's constantly rotating around looking for towers here. This next one might be a bit harder given the minion wave is so far back. And the rest of Cut now backing away into the base. They were hoping for something cheeky to catch one man alone, but it isn't quite to be the case. The ult coming out from the Annie, completely missing. What a triple knocker from that bubble. Boss is in the back line, melted down as well. Yet another one comes through, but can they do enough damage? No, they can't. The Darius dunking in the back line. The Nami mashed out. In comes another one. The health bar disappearing on the side of Cut. Sunlight are not prepared to let this one end 3-1. They'll melt through the members of Cut. They'll melt through the base. Only the Nexus now remains standing, but can 69 pull off a hero play here? No, he cannot. The apprehend more than enough to make sure that Sunlight will walk away the victors in this game. We're going to game 5, baby.
But we're going to be seeing the Darius once more.
Yeah, and on the other side, the Lucy and the Galio to round things out. All right, this is getting interesting and a bit spicy between these two teams, because you're seeing, you know, again, that Darius was so impactful in the previous game to deal with the big engage coming in from members of Cut, and in the end ran away with the game as things progressed.
Do you think no, just because Lido is there on that Braum?
Absolutely. Well, here we go. The early start coming out aggressive-wise. This is where we've seen Sunlight really shine. Boss going pretty aggressive and forced to flash away. Now Joe's left completely isolated on the Galio. 3 of them all converging around him here. Health bars burn low. We keep on seeing these early fights going the way of Sunlight. There's one at least coming back on the other side. Boss going to find himself going down as well. This has happened probably now 5 games in a row where Sunlight always find those opening 2 kills. Really good in those early game scraps coming out. Boss now the one being ulted out, straight into Raisin as well. The last one you want to be giving anything away to. Goes for the ult, gets the dunk down. He will slowly bleed out here. That's not a problem. Can he find any more though? Flashes away and keeps himself alive.
To see if they get a pick before fully committing to this Mountain Drake.
They will. It's all about the scrap. Whether or not they can find anything, Lena the one stepping forward and taking a bit of a beating, but Boss has come in early there. They baited him out wonderfully. Just have the flash on side, but instead Ops to go in with the ultimate there, trying to pin one down. Everyone converging in. He steals the Baron away. Health bars are melting on both sides. Joe flashes away. The bleed stacks might get him again. Either way, Boss has walked away. No, finally he goes down. 3 almost staying alive now on the side of Sunlight. It's so back and forth. They do get yet another. Can they go for the chase? The Ignite to 69 away. With the Honey Fruit will keep himself at least somewhat healthy. On the other side, it's Joe finding himself caught out in a fight and picked off for free, but this could be the cleanup coming in for Cut. Waleed standing far forward. They get the burst down, but in comes 69. Out comes the culling. Can't quite cull him out. One more shot is all that's needed, but the man walks away alive. Don't get yourself caught out here. They're coming in. Joe might still find himself going dangerously low. Almost caught out. The ult from Graves could have been the one, but already burnt out. Not quite enough damage to be able to kill him off. Now they can turn their attention, though, towards the Rift Herald, knowing this Galio cannot join in the fight. Ultimate online or not. 69 off towards the bottom side, going for the split push. Looks like Cut.
So this is a good call from Sunlight, even though they did not secure a kill.
Maybe on the top side there might be a kill to be secured here as well. Boss going dangerously low once again. The number stacking coming out of the side of Sunlight just a little bit too much, it feels like. Finally, in comes Joe. Is it a bit too late, though? Could have maybe got a kill coming in onto the Graves, but he dashes away. Tower goes down, and the march towards victory carries on. An easy pick coming in.
Running soon. Just as you mentioned, mid lane quite close to its death.
One caught out here as well. Mad's the one that they were looking for. We spoke about Boss in prior games. Him being melted out is exactly what they were looking for.
Well,
good start coming into this one for Cut. And Team are still alive as well. Boss being cut down there. Razor doing his job on the Darius and getting the ult coming through. Now Waleed starting to back away. It's a double kill coming in. This is where the shutdown comes through. He's leaping around like a frog with those ults. Enough to get a quadra kill. Only 69 walking away. Nothing to do for this fight. I said they might get 1 or 2 kills. No, they've gone on to find 4.
More on the defensive side of things, because once you dash, you'll be in range of the gold card.
Okay. I mean, this is a good attempt coming in from Boss, but I wonder if he's got enough damage by the looks of it. He will here. This would be a big kill to come through for them. The stun card comes in. The Sonya's! Beautiful play coming.
And now that he's far away and now that he's dead, it is going to be a Baron for Sunlight.
Oh, I mean, Razor going in so ballsy at the front here as well. In comes Waleed from the back. They've pincered them. They have collapsed. They have crushed the side of Cut. They've cut down their chances of winning this best of 5. And with this absolute evisceration, this extermination coming in from Waleed, an ace coming in, all except for Boss.
Yeah, 1 kill off of Waleed, but it doesn't change the fact that this is going to be a free Baron, possibly. Look at Boss. He doesn't have flash anymore.
Letter? Hello? Boys?
No. Oh, no.
Let's not do. But I mean, Boss, does Boss? No. Can Boss get in? No, where does he walk in? Oh, he just gets spied of the way. May find himself 1 kill. Can he turn it into a second as the TP comes in for the assist? Mads, the focus here. In comes 69. Burning down to Mads. Away he goes. Now they've got to turn around and deal with the raid boss himself. It's Darius. Goes in. Can't land the heal. Is that enough? But he's bleeding.
Yeah, engage. But at the same time, look at him again.
I mean, the catch-all is coming in. Boss loves himself and engage, and they find the Darius here whilst elsewhere. They do secure the Drake, sure. You don't be crying too much about losing him in this case because the advantage is already got themselves the Drake, and now you're going to see the rotate coming through. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. They've got the cutoff here as well. Boss, the one being isolated out, gets away. But Joe, not much longer for this world. It will make a amount of difference. But the big difference for me here is going to be this Baron. It's so obvious to say that's what the big ascension is going to be. The dashboard, the protobout into the apprehend. That's going to be the end of Timu's once again.
I was a little bit worried for Boss there because the Destiny has been popped. But look at Raisin. He's just chasing him down.
I mean, Razor might even lose this fight here as well. The dodge away from the Q to stop another stat being piled on. Boss really going for broke with this fight. Has got the GA on side as the team comes in for the assist. They're both flashing away. 1 in, 1 out. Boss finally getting the GA pops away here. Trying to isolate. They want to try and get him finished down, but in he comes again. Tries to go for the dash. Boss cut down to size by the Grays. The ult falling in over the top. Sunlight should be able to walk away with this one. Maz into the back line. They've absolutely melted. Decimating Cut and walking away the victors of this week's Origin Series.
Yeah, last month it was Cut that 2-0'd Sunlight, but this is a different story this time around.
It absolutely is. They're on to the next. It's only the one stand before the Timos can't even stand for more than 3 seconds. They have done it. Sunlight beat down the Boss.